There's no Honda, like, buses.
You're alive.
They're like SUVs with buses. 10 passengers.
I don't want to think about it.
I think 11, maybe. I think
All
they're
right,
like a
the
half
time
hour.
is 6 p.m., Wednesday, May 27th, 2026. Call the city council regular meeting to order. Please stand for allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Present is myself, Chris Schmidt.
Michael Brunkhorst.
Katie Curdy.
Jean Nagel.
Eric Brandt.
Lori Bowman. Lisa Van
Is Bob in?
No.
Okay, perfect. Approve or amend the agenda. Is there any amendments?
I have none.
I got none. The motion to approve the agenda?
Make a motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Motion carried. Consent agenda. So what we have on the consent agenda is motion to approve the May 13th City Council work session minutes and motion to approve the bills. It's all in your packet.
There's one question, I guess, for the Abenda Electric, is that for like exit lights and stuff like that for the pool, or?
Yes, I remember it saying even exit emergency.
Yeah, I see emergency exit, I was just kind of curious on it, so.
Yeah, they didn't pay the bill until we knew all the work was done.
I wasn't sure, so double check. I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, old business, Joint Powers Truck Association Agreement. Well, as you can see, I think this Appendix A, is that what it was called in the thing forever, was the Appendix A?
Yes.
Or is it Exhibit A?
I think it can be exhibit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
Swung back and forth between versions, but I can look and make sure and let Chad know.
yeah, I mean, I think it, Appendix A, Exhibit A, I mean,
Right.
Pretty
Yeah.
simple, they
Short
can change, just change.
use some white out and white it, whatever,
Something, it's not that difficult. so.
right?
Well, this
Um,
explains the formula.
Yep. Explains a lot of
Yeah.
stuff that was kind of left out in the Exhibit A because it was non-existent on our side.
And it matches up to what they described, which is perfect.
Yep. So, I mean,
This looks good.
Bob has not seen this yet. This was something Chad shared today. Bob, their lawyer or our lawyer have not responded to Chad sharing this with them yet, so this is a sneak peek. Because it's not gone through the proper channels yet.
okay,
So heads up on that. And I don't know that we can really do anything about it until Bob's look at it, right?
yeah, I mean, the agreement looked good. We were okay with the agreement.
As a council, we were good with the
Yep.
agreement.
Right.
This looks good, so, I mean, I think at the work meeting in a couple weeks,
On the 10th.
yeah, my week is completely backwards. I think on the 10th, we should probably be pretty good then, if that's,
Yeah, because this lines up to the formula, 50% on population, 50% on the only buildings, no land. And then it's gonna be off a little just because of the 2 and the 3% from Belchester, because they don't get factored in.
and I don't know how much
Oh, that's
the
weird.
attorney has to even
Right.
look into this. I mean,
We want them to be the ones to communicate it to us though in the official,
Yeah.
like, communication stream that
It
we
should have
asked
been,
for. Yeah. That's why I say put it in the session on the 10th.
yeah. But other than that, I think it looks good and I think we're close to the end.
I never asked Chad, have you heard, is it when the next meeting is scheduled?
As far as I know, there isn't one.
So should I follow up with Chad to make sure, when is,
You want me to say? I'm not on the agenda, so.
Sure, there's not a scheduled meeting though, is there?
No, we were waiting on
Yeah.
the city council to decide what they're up to, so.
and we were waiting on the exhibit or the appendix or whatever it is.
So we got this, but it was sent, so the whole chain since day one has been a cluster of who gets it, redlining, everything. So what we discussed was that everything needed to go through the Bobs, and then the Bobs would give it to us. So then they made sure everything was straight. So Chad gave this.
He CC'd both the Bobs and us.
Yeah.
I asked him to CC us because I'm like, we need to be able to
Yeah.
keep things moving forward.
So it was sent to the Bobs. So they're good with it. We're just waiting on that. So I would say by the 10th, we should be pretty good to approve everything.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Can you, you can't approve it at a work session, okay?
Yeah, absolutely, we can.
Because we were concerned as to how long this has been, continued to drag out.
Well, we've been concerned on how long it's been being drug out too, because it's like, we put a word, the who in, and they change it to them. So it's been going back and forth, and I think it's been everybody's.
I'm full aware of what's been going on.
Yeah, so, like I said, I think we're at the end, we want everything to go through the Bobs, or at least through the association to your Bob, from your Bob to our Bob, and our Bob to us. So then that way, everything is tracked with versions.
Just in full transparency too, there's been a lot of conversation, like our Bob, lawyer Bob, is not in full agreement with what we as the city council feel like we should agree with, so. I mean, we definitely want to be able to talk to you guys about that when we bring it back to the Joint Powers meeting, just as like an awareness type thing. But as a council, we've discussed the concerns that our lawyer Bob have brought forward, and we're comfortable with those things and just moving forward with what we have. And I feel like when we were at the last Joint Powers meeting, we heard the same thing, that you guys are comfortable with these things, it's just fine tuning some of the nomenclatures and the language. Do you agree?
I guess it's not my position I don't want to say at this point.
Okay.
I mean, it's gone on long enough, it needs to be finalized.
Yep.
Let's just leave it at that.
Okay. Do you know if there's another meeting scheduled?
No, we were waiting on the city council.
So,
That's what Chad and I talked about, so.
okay. If the council was to say that we are going to meet on the 10th with a work session, and we are gonna request our lawyers to make sure that they have this reviewed between the Bobs, all that jazz, would then the Joint Powers then wanna set up a meeting for that following next week would be
I'll talk to Chad tonight,
okay, that'd be great,
because it's Chad and my call, so.
right?
And we were waiting on the city council because, as we all know, it's been back and forth, and it's just time to bring it to an end.
We all
I
agree.
agree. I think it's been a headache for everybody. So.
I started this several years ago.
Yeah.
Long before any faces were in here.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
You get it.
hoping we can bring a smile to your face and getting it executed. That would be our goal too. Do you want to follow up on the exhibit or the appendix, like the language at the top of this? To make sure it matches that?
Well, I've been vice president for well over 20 years, so I'm totally aware of what's there.
Okay,
So, I mean, there's nothing new here, so, for me. I do realize the city has not been exposed to what we've been doing for the last whatever years, and they have to come up to speed,
sure.
and that's mainly what's having to take place, so.
So the thing that we're looking for is the contract. If it says appendix, great. If it says exhibit, the Bobs are gonna get lucky about that.
I'm pretty sure it says exhibit, I'm almost positive.
I don't know because I've lost track of the versions for.
Yeah, but I can pull.
I know it says exhibit, so, I mean, either way,
I'll pull up the
It's,
last.
it's a simple fix.
It's-
We
it's-
won't have a problem with that.
potato, potato.
Okay.
Yeah, real simple fixes.
Yeah, just make this match what's in the thing, and then we're, like I said, come the 10th, I see no reason why unless, it doesn't disaster, or they say it's not great, but.
We've talked to our boss through the concerns that he has. He's not in total agreement with this, and that's okay.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yep.
am I totally in agreement with every word in there? No, but I know it needs to happen,
Right.
so.
Yeah.
You know, I don't worry about the little glitches that have been along the way, so.
Right.
I did it with, I'm also on the Rhoda Fire Association Board, and I did it with them like 10, 15 years ago, and it's the same kind of thing. Drug out for years, but it takes, it works.
Yeah, yep,
And we really do appreciate the patience and just getting through it with y'all. I mean, we're not here to be against each other. We're just trying to make everything good, so. But yeah, I'd say by the 10th, probably schedule that meeting after the 10th, and we should be pretty good there.
Thank you.
Yep,
Thank
thank
you.
you, thank you. So if you guys, or one of you can follow up with Bob,
I just sent the.
okay, that this has
One
to,
okay by both of them.
yep, this has to be done by the 10th.
Yep.
So, all right, good. Next is the Goodhue County posse coverage for Volksfest and cleanup. All right, so, it was brought last week, or 2 weeks ago. We wanted to talk about the cleanup process. So what I did was John Haneke and I had spoken, and we decided that, you know, we can bring on another posse member at a cost, and who knows. Or it was kind of brought up where we had a really good idea that why don't we hire some kids, 4-H, FFA, or the 9th graders are going on a big, does anybody have any 9th graders? I don't know. 9th graders are going on some big trip next year, right? You got a 9th grader. Yeah,
Washington DC, right?
is it DC?
Mhm.
Yeah, and they're fundraising. So what the idea is here is Dawn Clintworth kind of headed this up, which I'm very, very appreciative of her, that she wants to get the kids that are going into 9th grade next year to clean up some horse droppings. And we will pay them.
That sounds good.
We will pay them with, you know, out of the gambling fund or whatever it may be, that it'll be our donation to the school for, or however that's worded, to have some kids pick up. They know the times that the posse's there, from 8 p.m. to 1 a.m., both nights. We're working on shovels and poop buckets and everything else, so they will be good to go, right? So that's my idea. We got any?
so donation for services on both nights, what is, their goal for fundraising, do we know?
A lot. So my thing was like, well, I don't know what the right amount is, so I'm just like, $400 for a
So
donation.
this will be Friday night?
This would be
Saturday
Friday night, Saturday night.
Okay.
They do their own pooping, scooping on Sunday,
Sunday.
because they have a little wagon that follows behind.
That's
them.
the parade, right?
Yeah.
Open and scooping.
So I don't know, you
So they'd
guys,
probably be out like what, Saturday morning?
they can be out whenever we want them to. So she said, do you want them out Saturday morning and Sunday morning? And I said, well, it's probably gonna be driven all over, you can be scooping pancakes then, but, you know, send them out a little bit. And that's why I said like $400, right? They
You
go
gotta
out,
let them decide.
they go out a little bit
Let them
on,
decide.
they go out a little bit on Friday night. They wake up, do a little bit on Saturday morning, go out Saturday night, wake up, do a little bit on Sunday morning. We're helping the future of our children in going on this trip and fundraising for them.
And correct, I think we have 22K in the Lions Gambling Fund around that, is that correct?
That's a guess, it's based on what they,
So we have,
The percentage.
Yeah.
so we can pay them out of that? We've never.
Just an idea,
Yeah, I like
I need a
that.
motion, I mean, if you
I
guys
actually like
agree
that
on it,
idea.
all I need is a motion to approve that, and then, I'll let Dawn know, and whatever,
You saying Don or Dawn?
that's what I said, Dawn.
He's using a Pittsburgh accent.
Um,
Dawn and Dawn, it's the same person.
I'll make a motion that we give $100 per session for 4 sessions, essentially, for $400 for the entire weekend.
Okay,
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, so I will reach out to Dawn. I know she was in talks with Carl to get everything going, so. Von Knobel's door.
He's overseeing the process, or?
No, he
Oh,
oversees
that's why I was
the,
thinking the same thing.
he oversees the school board.
Oh, okay.
So,
Just
school
your
board
time.
funding, stuff like that, so, we're good there.
Love it.
Okay.
Next up is the recodification. And I think that's,
There wasn't a decision made after all the presentation
Oh.
information that he had. It was just a thank you. If you wanna make a decision now, or if you wanna talk more at the next work session, there just wasn't a decision made on the information given.
I know it's gonna be about a 7-month process to get this thing done 1 year. I think it's something that the city absolutely needs to get everything updated and get out of this 1,800 things that we got going on. I'd be willing to make a motion to approve and go through with it.
To what level do you wanna make your motion on, like, cause there's different levels?
Well, just for the, I think it was with the 7,900, that level.
That gives you the PDF that's searchable?
PDF, the basic, what we need to get everything up to code, get all our stuff up to date.
Do we have a funding source for this?
It would have to come out of the general.
It would either come out of the excess money that we saved with the plow truck, or it could come out of the,
Wait, excess money that we saved from the fund.
so we had roughly, what, $79,000 that we had budgeted and saved for the plow truck, and we spent 52, 55.
45.
Well, we also didn't renew the.
Well, we had to pay
contract,
taxes, wasn't it?
It was 39.5.
Oh, that's right, okay. So
That's
we-
more in alignment with the expenditures that
Bingo.
should be allocated.
Bingo,
What was
Janine.
the name of it again?
The CETA contract.
The Cedar.
I will say, I only have one concern, well, I have actually 2 concerns, but
Let's hear it.
I'm just gonna express them. My first one is I'm afraid this is gonna incur a lot of legal bills. I got a gut feeling, but I could be way wrong. Bob made a comment, because they're gonna, ask a million questions or send this questionnaire. Now, look, maybe it'll be 5 questions and Bob can answer them in 10 minutes, or they could be 300 questions that he's gonna take 40 hours to answer at $200 an hour. That's my only concern. That and the page limit, because I don't know what they're looking at. I don't know what you scanned and sent them.
They have all of our books, like leather bound.
But
We had 3 of them.
okay, so we have no idea what the pages are then.
They were handwritten in ledger.
Okay, but they're only going back to 1976 though.
Yeah, they're not going back as
Anything
far.
before that, they're not.
Anything before that. So I guess that's my other concern, is we only have a 5% overage on either the single or the dual, right? And after that, that's $18 a page. So I guess those are the only 2 things, like how do you even get a handle on how many pages we're talking here?
I think
I mean, that's.
maybe.
How many
I
are
don't
we
like them.
allowed
Yeah,
for that
so-
7,900?
Well, it's either 8.5 by 11 single, right, or 8.5 by 11 dual, so it probably.
No, I'm saying how many pages are we allowed?
5%, so like 32 pages maybe. It depends on whether they're single, what's 5%?
And they're gonna look at the current, like,
Six-
League of Minnesota cities suggestions and build off of that. So there's no real way to tell how many pages this is gonna cost us.
Yes, that'd be 33
Basic
over.
Minnesota code is gonna be used, and then ours is gonna go in.
Supplemented.
Wait, Janine.
So are we talking like this book that we get, is it gonna have 100 pages in it?
We don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying, like
How many are we allowed in the
Okay, so-
$7,900?
Okay, so in the
7,900, how many
7,900, if we
pages?
did 8.5 by 11 single column, the allowance for an overage would be 660 plus 33. So it couldn't be any more than 693 pages.
Okay, so that's, okay, so almost 700 pages.
I don't think it will be, because if you look at the city, if you go to the city of Pine Island, which this company did, I think right now they're at the upper 2s. And that's after ordinances have been added.
But we don't know what they started with, that's all I'm saying.
But I guess like also thinking on the notion that we're only going back to
6.
76. I don't think we'll have
And they
that
wanna
much.
adopt the League of Minnesota Cities and then see how this plays into those adopted,
Mhm.
and then supplement from there. I think that's in my opinion, that's a risk we need to take, but I do
Yeah, I
think
know, I
that,
just hate risk.
I do think one of the things that we do need to be very diligent about is do not go to Bob until we as a council have had a chance to look at the questions that the codification company has provided before going to Bob with anything. Because we do have quite the expenditures for lawyers.
I know as far as they were saying, they have their own team of lawyers that's looking at all this to make sure that it's gonna match up to what it should be legally. Bob is only gonna be there at the end to just check what they write out, that's
Yeah, and
basically.
I would like us to look at it before we send it to Bob.
And yeah, that's something we can, I would imagine we could just tell them that. we
Well,
would
no,
like to see that
I don't
prior.
know, because they mentioned,
Because I guess one thing that I look back at is Bob was saying, you know, meeting the guy, he's like, I'm surprised that my firm has worked with you before, but I've never met you. So it makes me think that Bob shouldn't be involved in it. He was stating that his firm was involved with it because basically they work with cities, you know, this recodification company has worked with a lot of cities that Bob's company also works with. So I guess it's the overlap there, but he didn't state that, you know, hey Jeff, how was golf last week?
And I thought he specifically asked that question, how much of his time?
well, he said, he answered it in the email, but I'm only going by what they wrote here, right? You, blah, 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 where is it? Utilize its meaning them, staff of attorney to review all materials to be codified and prepare a written report for the city attorney. Within 7 months of this contract and return of the code questionnaire, prior code and new ordinance, submit to the city a draft of the code, and then a legal report. Blah, 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 blah.
So I guess one thing that I think about is could we start another committee with 2 city council members and the administrator to be on it to review these reports prior to being reviewed by Bob? Hopefully we can try to at least be aware of what's going to legal before we get the bill and the sticker shock.
Yeah.
I think we definitely need to be diligent.
Yeah, I don't mind that idea whatsoever, that we look at it first, because there could be questions we can answer without Bob.
Yeah.
Or give suggestions on, or this is what I feel like we should move forward with.
So I'm sorry, okay, so in these books, there were handwritten ordinances from 76. And at what point did they then become electronic? Was it 80?
1977.
Never.
Never?
There's honestly, there's a
2000 and,
See, that's what concerns me.
2000 and, it was
When
a
people
lower.
started putting in
But we're at such a risk if we
Well,
don't.
I get it.
I mean, as bad as it sounds, like you said, we didn't renew CETA at $16,000. This is only gonna cost half of that. Do I wanna use another 8,100 because of legal fees and everything else? No, God, no. But at the same point, I look at it as we have a cushion. Hopefully we don't use that cushion, but in reality, no, I agree.
That's
But-
not an option, we'll have to repeal them or something.
You can ask Pine Island administrator how much they use Bob since they did it and they have our same
Oh,
attorney.
and did they ask them if they were in the same kind of pickle as we?
Yeah, I can ask her.
Yeah, I'd be good
I
to
hadn't
know.
up until this point, but I can ask her.
Kind of give us some faith in that a little bit, maybe?
Because I'm assuming now
Just
that,
looking at how many pages are in this book.
yeah,
Ask Pat Allen how many people-
No, I mean, how many pages were in our book, if you take
Oh.
everything out from 1976, do you know?
It's all
Well,
handwritten.
another
so
question,
far.
is all that stuff's not gonna go back in this as well, because they're gonna have to go through all the legal and anything that's been overridden by law, they have to remove.
Yeah,
So all those ordinances that may have been written in 1977, 8, 9, whatever it is, could all be taken out just because their statutes are out of order.
I just hate unknowns, but those are my only concerns.
Yeah.
And I get it, and I mean, if that's all we're gonna do, we're not gonna do any of these other optional things.
I don't think we need the optional things, the basic recodification and the basic book PDF. Like you said, even on the meeting, we can adjust and add things and change things, all we need, because it's our copies, it's our book.
I do think next year's budget, we need to put in a little push for, we need to consider monies in the allocated fund to maintain this.
Right, because there are some not much, but.
Yeah, there's gonna be some maintenance fees, essentially.
Yeah, upkeep, things like that.
Hopefully it's like $500 a year at most, but.
Well, and then I think like Lisa was saying too, in theory, this should solidify our code and ordinances. So in reality, our legal fees should go down on issues of this matter.
You do not wanna leave yourself open to
I
the
agree.
loopholes that we currently have. I'm sure if someone wanted to pick it apart, we have so many loopholes.
There's a lot that's already wrong right now that we definitely need to fix no matter how we look at it.
Yeah, so this is protecting us from future lawsuits.
It would be greatly appreciated, because anytime we have to try to find something, and I bring it to Bob, and he's like, you know, I have this, and then you find something else, and I'm like, no, because there's all these little tiny things
Yeah.
hanging out all over the place.
Yeah, question is, how much should we got in legal fees just from that alone? Kind of
Yeah.
back and forth conversations, trying to find this in a book.
Which again, we get this done and we should be saving those. So.
If you would look into that, Lori, that'd be super helpful. Lisa, sorry.
That's okay. It's entertaining.
I guess really we could have either of them look into it, right?
Yeah. Whatever you want.
So come back to that on the work
Add
meeting.
to June.
Yeah.
All right, well, it looks like that's it for old business. New business is the development agreement between the city of Goodhue and the Goodhue County Habitat for Humanity.
I had a couple questions and one large question on this. So currently we don't have an agreement with them.
This is for the money. We need an agreement for them to get the $55,000 that the grant at, see the guy, what was his name? I feel bad. Todd, that he got for Habitat.
Yeah, so the EDA used to do this,
Okay.
so that's probably why you've never seen it.
Okay, so my question is, so it states that this is for a new house that's being built,
For next.
and where is it being built?
I don't know if he has that information yet, but he has it slated to be built in the next school.
Is it gonna be a house in Goodhue?
Yes.
Can we feasibly fit another house in Goodhue due to the moratorium?
Well, I'm not certain he's gotten that far. I don't even know. I don't know.
So do we
Bob
want-
has been, another Bob Howley
Yeah.
has been working with this. He handed me, or emailed me this and said, this is what we need, that the state of Minnesota is saying for us to get the money passed through to them. He submitted the work orders, he submitted the scope of work, he did all of the stuff.
So should we maybe reach out to the MPCA to make sure we can fit another house?
Well, they have the lot already.
Yeah, the lot is.
Which lot?
Well, it says GC Habitat for Humanity owns a vacant lot in the city of Goodhue.
Yes, so
So if it's next to the last Habitat house, I don't know how you can build a house there because that lot was originally a single lot. Now we're gonna put two houses on that single lot.
Yeah.
I'm no expert, but
That
that's
was-
still
that
one
was
extra
asked.
house.
That was asked at that time too, when they did that, because they wanted to share. They
So
wanted
can
to
we
share the
afford-
Sewer.
No, you can't share that.
It's too, no, that's what they had asked at the time.
It's a plumbing code violation.
Because it's a one, I know, they had asked at that time and they said, no, it has to be separate.
So that's my question, is according to the MPCA, I don't wanna get their fine. So I think we need to, before we agree upon this, we need to talk to them.
Well, the houses are, the last two are being built, so, I mean, the houses are being built, the last two lots that are empty have just got,
But those were factored into this. We are now on a moratorium of any lots that are vacant in Goodhue cannot be built.
They're building one on our street.
I know, but those were calculated into the moratorium.
So you wanna know where this Habitat for Humanity house is, where
It's
this lot
slated,
is?
And
To
I think
ensure
we need to ensure that it was calculated into the moratorium that the MPCA, Minnesota Pollution Control Agency, gave the city of Goodhue. Because we were given a moratorium, we already ignored it once with Goodhue Living. That went over like a fart in church. I don't really think we're gonna get the good graces of them again.
I'll ask.
As a person who deals with the MPCA, they are not a fun agency.
So we don't know what lot they're talking about.
If they're talking about the lot up by my house, by the water tower that they split, it used to be a double, it's a 1 acre lot that was a double lot. It had one home on it. They split it in half and they're putting 2 houses on it. The other thing I'll say is those are some of the ugliest lots in town. Because you can reach out your window and hand your neighbor your clothes if you wanted to, because they're so smashed together.
So we need to make sure if they're planning to put it in that lot up there that's been broken into, that second home dwelling was approved with the MPCA. We don't have that information?
Jason may.
Bob, I'm sorry, Todd, I don't know what he.
Let's
did
not
in
ask
the-
Todd.
No, I don't know what information he gathered before he wrote the grant.
Right.
That's just it.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure Habitat for Humanity knows the answer to this.
I don't think so. I think it would be on our moratorium.
They know the where, but not.
I think this would either be, Jason would either know or find out. I think in reality, instead of being a legal question, I think it's an engineer question.
Oh, right.
So I think Reese and Jason. I know that they said they were gonna build 2 houses there. I can't remember back if, cause they said they were gonna do 2 houses. One was now, one was later,
Right.
but I couldn't remember if it was approved under the MPCA, so.
So who can answer that quickly?
Jason or Todd.
I think we have to table a discussion.
Yeah, until the June work session.
But it isn't, I like the idea that the kids go up there and build a home.
Right.
Yeah.
And we have time, it's not until,
Yeah.
they won't have anything yet ready.
Alright, so tabling that till the next one, till the next meeting. Next up is the liquor license renewal for Second Street Pub. Doesn't look like they have any warrants, not warrant,
Issues?
we call it?
Citations?
There you go, citations.
Big words, sorry.
Amen. So we just need to,
Who fills this section out? Is that the sheriff's department or is it the applicant?
Yeah,
Okay.
they follow everything out. If
I love how
it
they
is a
said,
blank, they need to make sure they add something there.
I
That's
love
why
how this
they
one says
put that
none
in.
and this one says non-applicable.
They don't do anything wrong. More applies to it.
Yeah. So we'll need motions to approve the Second Street Pub.
I'll make a motion.
Good second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Alright, same thing for the corner bar.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor? Opposed, motion carried. If you guys would, just because I don't know where your guys' paperwork ends up, but either use a Sharpie or something and,
I was wondering about that.
get rid of that social.
I got it.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. We should just shred these.
Well, most of the other
Anything you want me to
houses-
put
Correct.
take them. You can do that.
Well, they,
Sign them,
they-
or
they-
shred anything you don't want.
they
Okay.
put this in already, they submitted this to the county as well already, right?
The state.
The state,
It goes to state, and it's a
The state already has that information
Yeah.
Correct.
in their system, so we can exit off ours, but they're still gonna have it in
Yep.
their system.
So we approved the liquor license for Second Street in the corner. Next is resolution 26-06, LG 230 application to conduct off-site gambling, Goodview Lions Club request for approval of raffle at the Chicken Barbecue, August 16th, 2026.
I will make a motion.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. All right, so that's done.
Any concerns or anything from you? No. Thanks for having me paperwork in so early.
Yay.
I'll be back for next meeting.
Okay.
All right, next is resolution 26-07, approving list of election judges for the primary and general elections of 2026.
We're doing it.
I think we have a good list of people.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, any committee updates?
Already gave the joint powers.
Huh?
Already gave the joint powers update.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
You've had a long week, I know.
It's been, all right, I got nothing from gas.
Flower committee's planting their flowers on Saturday. Then we're gonna get most of the pots out, except for the ones that will be around the Volksfest area. So, yeah.
Are you doing that at your house? Do you need any?
No, we're doing it behind the shed, the city shed here. So, sure, if you wanna come, we're at 8 AM Saturday morning.
Do you guys need any fertilizer?
No.
We can get some.
Where do you know?
Or
where
the
to
pots?
get
Till after June.
Yeah, no, wait till the
it? Dang it, they're too late.
Yeah, Public Works comments, he's not here, I didn't even see anything. I talked to him a couple days ago. Sounds like they're just grinding along, trying to get this pool, up and ready. Admin comments, you got anything? Council comments?
I have one comment. I got approached by a resident that said that the swimming lesson sign up was not, and I'm paraphrasing here, the most efficient. That they stood in line, it was cold, only to fill out the forms, which I guess were not available online. Stood in two separate lines. I wasn't here, I don't know. And then asked why these can't be done online.
I think one of the reasons why they can't be done online is because there's only so many, slots available. And
Oh, I'm not talking about that, I'm talking about pool passes. Pool passes and swim, so there were two issues, right? Why can't I buy pool passes online? And then the whole, the way that, I guess the line, and I'm paraphrasing here because I wasn't here, that they stood in line and then they came in and had to fill out the forms. Like, the forms couldn't have been printed up online. I don't know what forms they're talking about, but like had to stand there and fill them out as opposed to bringing them and saying, here are my forms. And that only like a couple people could come in at a time. And
well, yeah, I
they
don't
stood in
know.
line for 45 minutes and it was freezing and there were kids there and then
I don't,
why can't we do it online?
the only,
I know it's
the only-
5 separate questions, but.
yeah, I mean, the only complaint that I got was somebody was in line filling out their paperwork and somebody literally cut in front of them and was like, I signed my kid up for the wrong class. I need to switch it. And they were like, but I mean, I think they're doing the best they possibly can. Were either one of you guys here? Were you, okay. So, yeah, I don't know, I thought it went, I mean, I know my wife signed up and she said it went pretty decent, other than the one little hiccup, but just.
So I guess I was just surprised that they had to fill out the forms when they were here.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is a first come, first serve kind of thing, and as the spots all fill, they have to look to see what's still available, and they're all 3 interchangeably on the same
Yep,
Google, spreadsheet, so they're filling in everything as they go. And then, not only that, each one is numbered, so like if you get a pool pass, well,
Yeah.
you need to go to the next number, so the next person in line gets that next number. Could they have the forms filled out ahead of time? Maybe, and then just assign the numbers as you're going, but then you'd have only one person doing that. And
yeah,
they do some
I
beforehand
wasn't here
that
to
just want the
see
pool
how it
pass.
worked.
And then, so we had like 10 people already signed up to just get pool passes. And then they're coming in to get the lesson. It's.
So the day they came in to
hard
do the
not
the
do it all
lessons,
at once, unfortunately.
so the day they came in to do the lessons, they also were doing pool passes. I think maybe, throw this out there, don't do them both on the same day.
Let them on paper all at once at the same time.
Yeah, it wasn't advertised
They
like
just read it
taking
one
both.
time.
Oh, that was another thing, nowhere did it say that this was a second resident, said that they were unaware that we didn't take credit cards. Cause nowhere was that noted.
We don't take credit cards for any across the board.
That doesn't matter.
It doesn't really, isn't.
It should be.
I mean, you can pay your bills online, but,
Yeah, but we don't
And-
take a swipe.
right.
Correct.
And I know we talked about that in the past to try to go that route, just.
Oh, and I'm not saying it's a
Yeah.
problem, I'm just saying that maybe we should say only cash and checks.
Yeah.
Or-
Yep,
I
yep,
don't know if, I don't know who this person was, I don't know if they're relatively new.
yeah, we'll just blame them.
Yeah, I don't know.
There is one other thing too that caused probably a lot more congestion at one time is because Wildcat here, they got somebody new, and at that time too said that taking all of those lessons schedules for that 2 weeks that they normally block out first and do ahead of time and then give us all the information to put in the system before that day wasn't done. So it was all done. So there's like 1/3 of those 6 weeks.
So Wildcat Care
already-
didn't do pre-registration.
We're usually
Did not.
taken care of before this, so this was.
So they
instead of
could
just
do
4 weeks to
pre-reg.
fill in, it was all 6 weeks.
Wildcat Care chose not to because it was too much of a pain. So
Okay,
that's
so why
when
was it-
people were here.
So why was it a pain for them? Did they say?
They said they didn't have the staff.
Yeah, it was
They've
too
been
much.
through a couple of directors in a very short time.
This is the Wildcat Care.
And that was the big change from this year.
That's why I
Yeah,
asked the line was a
Wendy's
lot longer.
with me at Katie.
That could be.
So maybe,
Pre-done.
Yeah, I'd have to watch the process next year to see how it could, I wasn't here,
I
so.
think there's a couple opportunities.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
telling Wildcat Care it's not an option
There you
Yeah.
go, you could be the new director.
on your spare time. He was talking to you.
Oh, I thought it was-
No. If he was, I'm gonna blame it on you.
Wildcat Care is still taking the kids over, they didn't wanna deal with the sign-up portion.
I don't think it should be an option.
Yeah,
Here's your sessions. You take care of that, sign them up, and then we will have the teachers here. Here's how many slots you have. And you could approach it that way instead. If you're gonna reserve them slots, I think that's very honorable to say, then you coordinate that portion. That's an even trade in my eyes. So you can set that expectation with them, because then you guys have to deal with the general public otherwise you need to do
Mhm.
Wildcat Care at a different, maybe
Right,
earlier in the day.
right. Right.
If you,
Different sessions or something, and see
Yeah.
if the full manager would be able to coordinate something that was.
Yeah, like,
Wildcat
they're there
Care
for the
time sign-ups,
first-
Because it's gonna be doing those 2 weeks typically only.
Yeah.
It was a late notice to us that they weren't going to
Yeah.
do it.
It
they've
was.
had quite a debauchery there, but. And I do think that we need to explore releasing the forms early, but then staying around the forms, cash, check only, and also it doesn't guarantee your spot. You're right, I don't know how you would get around without having the numbers.
Please have your cash and your check already pre-filled out.
That's what they do for softball association, baseball association. Have your form ready, have your cash ready, show
Well,
up.
stick it in that window by her mailbox. You don't even gotta talk to them.
Well, you need to know that they meet their lot, like, because they might have to triage.
Yeah.
There's certain things they might have to fill in once they get here, but
Yeah.
there's
That's
opportunities
fair,
there.
yeah,
But, yeah, I think the Wildcat Care is a big one of that, don't you?
yeah, that's,
Probably the one that kind of nipped us.
yeah, that's, so they just said they didn't wanna do it, yeah, that's something.
I think they're on their third director since December.
1976.
Since December.
That was a good one, Chris. And that's all I have.
Alright, anybody else got anything? Alright, so I got two things. Not that it really pertains to a building permit, but is there a reason there's an excavator on that street by the pool?
They're, leveling, demolishing, get rid of, whatever the word is, taking out that trailer house and the garage.
On the corner?
Yeah,
They're taking the trailer house and?
everything's.
Okay, so-
Demolition permit.
So nothing else,
When
nothing,
you turn to go to the pool,
Yeah.
right there.
so nothing else can be built there?
There, it's, only at this point, it's just a demolition, there's no. other
What I'm
information.
saying is based on the zoning, nothing else can be built there because the lot is too small, from my
Yes.
understanding.
That's what we were discussing before,
Yeah.
that's the way
So,
that was there.
Just keep that in mind that
Yep,
we
our
just,
staff is well aware of that, and
Okay.
there isn't any, that's all we have is the demolition permit at this point, and that's all the information
Are
that
we-
we know.
are we worried about any asbestos or any, I don't know how, okay.
I don't know,
All
the
right.
county, in the county, they approved the
Okay.
permit. so.
Also, the second thing is, so I was, as soon as I got back into town on Monday or yesterday, Mr. John Ramble approached me. I think you know what I'm gonna talk about because I know Joe talked, but the memorial over here, there was talk, I think with you and Lisa and Joe about some sort of power to light the memorial. Joe Benda.
Last year.
So John said that it was Joe Benda and the city administrator talked about the lighting of, there's two lights that are underneath the memorial over here. Right now, currently, the pole, this pole right here on the corner has power.
Yeah.
They need to take that power from that pole and move it to the one next to the memorial.
I thought they did.
Nope. There's a junction box that is on this pole that needs to get moved to the other one. So the city is not out any upfront money. It is simply John's paying Benda Electric to do all the moving of everything. But we were trying to get in contact with Excel Energy because it may end up being that light bill, that street light that the city pays for. I think it's fine.
It's fine.
I think it's absolutely amazing that we can
Yeah,
light that up like the
and-
4th of July.
And, yeah, and
Cost
Jason
50 cents a
probably has
month.
more interaction with that because
Yeah.
it wasn't anything that I remember the discussion, we can pull it off of that.
Yep.
And it was like, okay, and
Yeah.
then it went away.
So
It wasn't anything, do you remember that?
it's just,
Yeah.
he brought it
We were
up
talking
because
about
Joe's
this.
gone and they're in the process of it again. And the person we talked to with Excel Energy was like, you're talking to the wrong dude. So anyway, I'm okay with it. They're all okay with it, but he said it's gonna be like 50 cents a month or something like that, or to add another light. I don't know what a light.
These are the bonds, not the flags, right?
So where the benches are,
Right,
There's
the
a big-
flags are lit up already.
no,
Oh, they're not?
no. So
I know we
there
talked
is
about
one.
that last year.
There is one light, but it's under, I think, or is it just Eagle? Anyway, I can't remember. But underneath the benches, he's putting two big, huge
Oh,
LED
nice.
lights,
Okay.
and that's gonna light up everything, the Eagle, everything. So,
Oh, okay.
but anyway, just so you guys are aware that that's gonna be coming down the pipe. John is working that. John is paying for everything.
Oh,
If he cannot get all of this done, he's gonna hire a company to bore drill from that light pole to his shop, which is the garage right here, and then he will, again, pay for all of that out of his own pocket. So, I told him, I don't see no reason why we can't continue moving forward with
absolutely.
that idea.
We
So,
need a motion or anything on that?
no, not yet. I mean, it's,
We're not approving anything.
yeah, it's literally gonna be a street light.
Oh, I'm sorry, I have one other comment I forgot to,
Sure.
so I apologize. When we were talking about the garbage contract, we had asked them for a sample invoice. I haven't seen
Oh.
that.
Did we get your responses on that?
Did we get any responses?
We received one response so far,
And that was from,
LRS.
LRS.
We were gonna put, I believe that was for the work session.
Sure.
I was like, we got our
Amount
answer.
together.
no, hold on.
All I I know is I want orange trash cans.
Orange?
Orange and blue, Denver Broncos.
Stop it.
You buddy.
All right,
I did
wait,
not put that in the R.
That is not a requirement.
don't
What the
worry,
heck?
don't worry, I got some of them rims that I put on my trash can.
Don't worry.
Swingers.
We got a hardware store, sells paint.
Thank you. All right, anybody else got anything else? Get a motion to adjourn,
I'll make a motion.
get a second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed,
Quickest
motion
meeting ever.
carried. We done.
No, we had one that was 35.